And we're back. It's only been 18 months, and we are ready for the end of the Hopeville, which we posted the first couple of parts online, and this is it. This is the end of it. I think we're going to be playing with some altered rules. We're going to play around with some pulp rules for the characters because this campaign eventually is going to become Pulp Cthulhu. So we've done some work on the characters, we've revamped them, added pulp skills and archetypes, but we're not using pulp talents as of yet. We're just going to let that go until maybe next week. The goal is to have this be a bi-weekly or a weekly thing where we get together and play Call of Cthulhu via Zoom, especially during the pandemic, but probably beyond as well. So tonight, we've got a bit of a reunion of people that have played in various of the campaigns, the 10 episodes that we put out so far, and for the finale of The Hopeful. So some background about this particular adventure. If you've been following it, great, and if you haven't, I'm going to try to bring you up to date. So the party was contacted by Andrew Fisher. He was an Olympic, he's not dead yet. He is an Olympic hopeful and on the swim team, and this is in the 1920s. He's hoping to go to Europe and represent America on the global scale. His concerns, though, are many. He brought the party together because he wanted them to find out information about himself, actually. So there are three things that he was concerned about. One, when he was young, he was given an odd gift. It was a trust fund set up in his name. He didn't know where it came from, but it seems to be a lot of money. No matter what he was doing in life, he always seemed to have the money to do what he wanted. So he never questioned it before, but now that he's representing the country at the Olympics, he wanted some information about this because he knew that the federal government would probably be doing background checks, and he wanted to be squeaky clean. So that was the first thing. The second thing was he had been given this gift, this odd box, which had some sort of suggestive, it made him uneasy inside it. Somebody was perfumed, and the party investigated this and found out that there was a woman that was infatuated with him, and that was a red herring. In the end, nothing came of it. A third thing, there was a reporter asking questions by the name of Toby. The party investigated that as well, and although the tone of the questions that the reporter was asking were aggressive, it seems that Toby wasn't actually working against Andrew in any way. In fact, they found him knocked out. There was an attempted frame on Toby to make it look like he was a gangster of some kind. So they rescued Toby from a fate which would have led to death, and they met a couple of federal agents at the time. They did investigate his financial records, and it turns out that the trust fund was set up by a family in Innsmouth, a neighboring town, called Marsh. That was the family name. And it was set up by a lawyer named Ralsa Marsh. And the last thing that he was concerned about, the fourth thing, was that he was worried that he felt like he might be being followed. And he couldn't quite place it, but he was definitely concerned that there were people watching him. Just a feeling of paranoia. So Andrew employed the party, and like I said, we'll introduce them in a second. And they began the investigations. We played this now for about 6 hours, and all of the leads have been followed up upon, and we're now at the final stage of the adventure. So we'll start with Adrian.
Sure. So Luther Babson is a young man, like 19, 20, who was a semi-professional boxer of relative renown. His life was kind of like marked by tragedy. He never met his father. His mother died when he was in his teens. And then eventually, he was brought to Falcon's Point, where his grandfather, who he had never met, never heard about, had left him this very large estate. So he's this sort of young man, unassuming in his like kind of personality, but like he's an athlete, who suddenly got this like massive fortune. He went to the house actually though with the executor of the will, Jeb Spiegelman. They discovered organized crime and eldritch horrors. They discovered old Ephraim was still there in the form of a monstrous, horrible fish person thing, who they released. He's out there somewhere, and now he's pursuing his sort of background and all the connections to Innsmouth. Oh, recently, kind of putting it together that I have some similar characteristics to the people of Innsmouth. Kind of have like bigger eyes and big lips, kind of pale, somewhat fishy kind of characteristic, which really marks all the people of Innsmouth. So he's just kind of starting to see how deep his family roots go and why his mother was so determined to sort of move him away from the ancestral land.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a deep one.
My character is, she is a beat cop. She's the first female cop in Arkham. She's very, very proud of. And of course, that means she gets all the weird cases and all the bullshit cases. So she's originally from Alabama, but she moved here with her grandparents. She very vaguely remembers her mother and father, although they died in a house fire when she was very young. So she's mainly lived with her grandparents growing up. She is used to investigating strange things, and I think in The Ties That Bind, she was brought into the Carrington estate, I believe they were called, the family, to investigate some minor vandalism with two other characters, the son of Will Carrington, who was sort of a trust fund baby, and his potentially opium addicted syphilitic doctor friend, what was his name? Dr. Herschel, who is a bit of a kind of mad scientist. Yeah, anyway, so they tried to investigate this minor vandalism. They found some very strange kind of rock-like eggs on the property. It turned out that one of these eggs had been brought to this apartment, being mistaken for a gem, had hatched into some kind of horrifying eldritch abomination. And they attempted to bind the creature, but unfortunately they were unable to. And Astrid lost quite a large chunk of her, well, not a large chunk, but a sizable amount of her sanity during the whole altercation. She got quite trigger happy, but has sort of recently started to calm her nerves.
So Edna Price is the daughter of a famous nurse in Arkham at the sanatorium, and she grew up to be just like her mother, and she is now the professor of medicine at the Miskatonic University. She is most known for a scar above her left eyebrow, which permanently cocks it, making you think that all of her students are wondering every time they give an answer if it's right or not, because it's very hard to read her face. Her mother began babbling a few years ago about strange creatures that she's seeing, and Edna believes that it is due to the work that she was exposed to at the sanatorium, but maybe a a month ago, she was enlisted by a colleague to go with a couple of young boys. I don't know why he enlisted them to check out an old house that he had gone to with friends in his young days and can perform some sort of ritual for some reason, which unleashed um, a whole realm of evil that, if when he died, would descend upon Arkham. So she figured it out, got the book, banished the ghouls, and now she understands a little bit more of maybe what her mother is saying, if it is true. And since she works at the university, she is aware of Andrew Fisher and his prowess on campus. And she did see some fishy things happen with her old car, which she sold off, and Andrew Fisher. So that is bringing her into the world of the new campaign.
Well, so my name is Cecilia Hawkridge, a federal agent. I grew up fairly normally, but my parents, no daughter of a very famous person, but my parents were murdered, and that's what led me to become a federal agent. Just one of those classic, it was never solved, and I'm going to be the one who solves it. Still haven't, but working on it. I do have a sister.
Just regular childhood,
Yeah, just some regular childhood trauma. You know how it is. You need it to be in this game, let's face it. I have a sister named Lottie who is younger than me. And she's just like very average. I pretty much live my life to protect her because she's like the last of my family. That I did have a partner, and unfortunately he betrayed me and the police force and the federal agent, sorry. So I have a bit of a harder edge than I used to have when I was younger. I'm very tiny physically. I'm like 5'1". But when I say you can't kill me, I mean like I'm the thing that keeps coming back. You cannot get rid of me. I didn't get here because I'm the smartest person. Like, I'm not stupid, but I'm not the smartest person. I got here because I'm very persistent, and I will continue following a lead until it literally kills me. So that's who I am.
I'm Federal Agent Trent, originally from New York City. Those who know me for my gray suit and my gray fedora. However, recently my gray fedora got some fish guts on it, so I had to bring it down to the haberdashery to get it cleaned. Lately, I've been running into a ragtag bunch led by a lawyer and a young female cop, some rich guy, and someone from, I believe he's from some country like Estonia or something like that I've never heard of. Maybe it's the Ukraine, I don't know, someplace that I don't know, because I'm just an American, and I've been all across this land, and lately I've been trying to run down the O'Banion gang. The O'Banion gang is known to be run along the East Coast here, where there are a lot of empty buildings in a place called Innsmouth. And I'm trying to run them down because they can be very dangerous people. And I hope those gang out there of young folk are being careful, because they should be. Those men are dangerous men.
All right. Jeb Spiegelman, lawyer, fighter, lover. Jeb mainly dealt in less than legal cases for petty criminals in his hometown of New York. His penchant for guaranteed anonymity had brought him a number of bizarre cases. And after one particularly close encounter with a ghost, Jeb decided to move to the country, which led him to the cash cow Luther Babson. The man had just inherited a fixer-upper off by a town called Innsmouth, and needed Jeb's help to make sure everything went smoothly. Suffice it to say that it did not. Some locals had made a smuggling operation in the basement, booze mainly, but also some strange books and very rare wildlife. A firefight kicked off, and the two decided to release the fishy monster into the crowd and escape in the ensuing chaos. Shaken but still standing, Jeb and Luther began working together, securing their newfound copy of the Liber Ivanis and figuring out their next move. So where we're at now, we managed to trace a number of leads to Innsmouth, and after stopping at Slocum's Gas, Slocum being the father of Emma Slocum, the rape victim of Rosa Marsh, we realized that Andrew Fisher had been kidnapped by a bunch of kids going by the name of Jesse Gilman, Nick Elliott, Amy Suffolk, Earl Waite, and a flapper who also destroyed my car. So we are in the midst of going down to Main Street to find these marshes and these mysterious people in this car, and hopefully finding Andrew as well.
We begin in Innsmouth, or actually just outside of Innsmouth, at the Babson Estate. Beautifully rendered behind Luther Babson there. The group of you, so we're talking Luther, Astrid, Jeb, and yeah, the three of you are sitting, having tea, coffee, what have you. It's mid-afternoon. You spent the day searching Innsmouth, going down every single street, looking for this car that would indicate where Andrew might be. If these kids took him, you went down Main Street, you went down all, basically crisscrossed Innsmouth. But what you discovered is Innsmouth is a very complicated place. It's a labyrinth. So you would go down streets a couple of times, you get turned around, you find yourself driving down dead-end streets, cul-de-sacs. Eventually, you realize that this approach to it, this scouring the streets for a vehicle, was not working for you because you simply did not know where to look. You drove along the marsh, you passed the Marsh residence, the estate, and you saw it was behind a high fence. There were dogs in the yard, and it did not look like a friendly place that you wanted to investigate. So getting hungry, realizing that the Babson estate was only a 10-minute drive away, you went there to get together, gather resources, and figure out a better game plan. Your friend, your Russian friend, has has gone for supplies in Arkham and to tell the local police what has happened and what you know. So he is not going to be a part of this mission today. So you sit in with a cup of coffee, with a drink, whatever you want. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd like you to describe yourselves and give us an idea of what you're thinking right now. And we'll start with Luther Babson, please.
So Luther is a really big guy. He's 6'4", like kind of like 220 pounds of muscle. He still, does his boxing workouts. He's got a tee and a very nice suit, and he's kind of just like watching Astrid and Jeb, making sure that they have like what they want refreshment wise, but also like maybe a little annoyingly so. He's kind of like leaning over because he's trying to distract himself from how unsettling it is, just how close the marshes are to his home.
Jeb, kind of mousy looking guy, very energetic, constantly looking at exits of buildings whenever he's in them. He has a crumpled suit, some slick back hair. He's sitting at the table drinking some extremely strong coffee and thinking about all the amazing ways he's going to hurt the people who destroyed his car.
Astrid.
Astrid, she's young, about 25, looks younger, dark hair, not quite as small as Agent Hawkridge, but little lady, and wearing a man's police uniform that is too big on her, as usual, drinking a cup of now cold coffee, smoking, I think she's wishing and wondering how things could have been different if her police department had followed up on the rape that had been reported but had never been solved in that area.
Indeed. Some time passes in silence with the three of you. You ran through all of the investigation, the leads you had, and you've come up with no locations. You just don't know Innsmouth enough to be able to pick some place that he might be, and it's so dangerous, you feel, to wander around there that yeah, you just lack the experience. As I said, 15 minutes pass in relative silence, and suddenly you hear a knock at the door. The wind and a little bit of rain hits the window to your back just as the door knocks, and you realize that there's a storm coming in.
I want to go to the window first and just like look to if there's a window that I can look through to sort of see to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to see if I can see who's there before I answer it.
Absolutely. You go to and you can open the window, open the curtain just a crack to see, and there are you can see Agent Trent and Agent Hawkridge standing on your front stoop, plus the woman whose car you bought.
And I don't recognize the agent, right?
You do recognize the agents because they were you met them 2 episodes ago when you found Toby's comatose body.
Okay. I look back at Jeb and Ashley and say, "Oh, it's the agents from that reporter's apartment." And also, did we get a receipt when I bought that car?
I think she gave you the deed,
See.
but there's an agent there, so we should probably hide all the drugs we have.
Have you been keeping drugs in here?
It was a joke, fish boy.
Oh. Okay, please.
No, I'm also police.
Right, yeah.
I go to the door and open it.
Agent Trent, wearing his gray suit. He's lost his gray fedora. No one knows why at this point in time. He's steadfast, and he has attention to detail as he's looking through his notes and his flip notes, and he's looking up at the house and wondering that if this is the correct place. He's a little bit confused by the situation. He starts to speak. Arthur Babson, I think this is the right place. And I think we're looking for that young female cop. Astrid. Yeah, perhaps my other agents can help me out.
Hawkridge. So, you're at Trent's side?
I am, yes. Would you like a description?
Please.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned before, I'm not a very tall lady. One might say dainty. However, I do have a look in my eyes that is very hard. I'm fairly well dressed, not because I dress myself well, but because my sister insists that I dress well. It's not colorful and it may not be very expensive, but I am wearing a fairly nice suit dress. I'm wearing a fedora, one that I picked up only because it seemed to irritate Agent Trent so much that I have one. So now I'm wearing it.
The good hat.
So Enna stands behind them, umbrella already up, even though the rain hasn't yet started. She has black hair cut very severely in the modern fashion, but her dress is kind of distinctive of the previous decade. She's wearing a tie. It's pulled up maybe just a little bit too high, and she's swapped her lab coat for a light beige coat that very much resembles a lab coat. And she doesn't say anything. She just kind of really relies on her cocked eyebrow to say everything for her.
Excellent. And so please feel free.
This is the place, then. Arthur Babson's place.
Luther Babson.
Luther Babson, thank you.
Come in. I can take your coats. Would you like anything to drink, et cetera, et cetera?
Actually offering, or are you just being polite?
I'm offering.
Do you have liquor?
Yes. Would you like some liquor?
Well, you offered, so I just take a seat.
You know, Agent, liquor is highly illegal.
Or what, are you going to tell on me?
No, I'm just letting you know that I am well aware of all the laws, and that my friend Luther here was simply joking about there being liquor in his house. Luther?
Well, then I guess I'll settle for a coffee.
You want some liquor in it?
You and I are not going to get along, are we?
I get along with everybody.
I think Elliot's going to go up to Agent Hawkridge and extend her hand and say, PC Elliot, I'm here from Arkham. You're both feds, right?
I take her extended hand and I shake it very firmly and say, yeah, PC Elliot, I've heard of you.
Yeah, she's the clever one. Some of the guys didn't find her so clever the other day, but she is clever. I noticed it. Well, as you all know, you're the last people to have seen Andrew Fisher. And somehow we always seem to run into you. And if you haven't noticed, this town is a little bit strange. We went into Innsmouth, and it seems even worse than what I thought. There's a very strange air around, and I don't know about that statement there, Jeb. We had an appointment there on Friday about a rock thrown through your window, but I have a feeling there's something much more dangerous afoot. Maybe you can fill me in on this Andrew situation.
Right, the Friday, I forgot about it. We were very busy with crime solving. Well, listen, look, we are very very enthusiastic to welcome the help of the federal government. So just to sort of fill you in on where we're at, we found out that there's a car filled with a bunch of big, ugly teenagers driving around, and that they possibly grabbed Andrew and brought him back to Innsmouth. And they have some sort of link to the Marsh family, though we couldn't find their car in Innsmouth.
Yeah, the Marshes, that checks out.
Good. Have you questioned them?
No, maybe that's something we need to do.
I just assumed that's something you would have done already. I mean, we're running around now.
I'm going to slap him in the arm to try to stop him.
You're doing a great job. I really appreciate everything that you and the FBI does.
Ross Marsh specifically, we have cause to believe that he's financially linked to the Fisher family and also to the death of his father and the rape and murder of his mother, Emma. The cold case. The one 18 years back that made all the headlines. I wasn't even in town, but I looked through the records back at the police station, and it seems to be a match. Babson, do you want to tell them about Ortiz or Hortez?
Oh, yeah, he works at Slocum's Gas. He seemed cooperative, so he might be able to give us some information.
Ortiz. All right.
The phone rings.
Do you have like a servant to get that, or should I just get it?
You can get it. I think that they're busy.
Hello, Jeb Spiegelman speaking at the Luther residence?
I want to talk to Babson.
Oh, Christ. Okay,
What is it?
it's fine. Hey, Luther, your grandma's on the phone.
I look at the agents, and then I look back at you, and I go, "Do you mean my grandpa?"
No, he's forming way too many syllables to be your grandpa. No, here, just pick up the phone. Here, take the phone.
I'm
Hello?
gonna try to listen next to him.
Babson, I'm leaving. I'm leaving town.
Who is this?
We talked earlier. I got
Oh,
out of town.
oh,
They're on to me.
Ortiz?
Yeah,
Well, where are you?
I can't.
Do you have a car?
I don't know. Maybe they're on this line. I can't be sure. You got to get yourself to the Hogs warehouse at the docks, Innsmouth. You're going to find the car and the guy that you're looking for. I can't say anymore. I got to go. And you hear a click. And then
Okay.
you hear another click at the end.
What did the first click sound like?
Someone hanging up.
Oh, okay. Okay, I put the phone down. I say, okay, everyone, we need to go now. We need to go to Hogg's warehouse. That was Ortiz.
Is he okay? Is he in trouble?
He's in trouble, but he didn't say where he was or where he was going. So he just said they were listening in. So that's got to be the Marshes, right? We go to Hogg's warehouse. We're going to find the car of the guy we're looking for.
Okay, great. Hey, agents. So some of these people vandalized my car, which was very important to me. It was given to me by a dear friend. And I just wanted to say that how do you guys feel about like extrajudicial kind of deals? You know, extrajudicial killings, maimings.
We
or
talk
damaged
about
property?
extrajudicial killings in the car. We need to go.
Okay, yeah, let's get in the car and we'll talk about it more. That's fine.
Edna?
I will head for the driver's seat first.
Oh, sorry. Do you want the keys?
Yes, I think that would be wise.
I sit in the front passenger seat.
I go, I actually have really long legs. It's fine.
Thank you, young man. You can get in the back.
Yeah, I get in the back.
I'll be driving the federal vehicle. Thank you.
I'm going in the civilian vehicle just to make sure, no funny business. They're not trying to lose us or something like that.
So Jeb is going to go with Trent, and the rest of you are going to go in the civilian vehicle, correct? So wind picks up, and you all get into the cars. Now that the rain is really starting to hit, it's coming in off the coast, so you can. There's just a ferocity to it, and you get in the cars, and rev the engines, and go down the dirt road of from Babson's property. Turn right towards Innsmouth. Now, even though the rain is hitting you, a hill that you cross over, and you can see the mist shrouding the eldritch town of Innsmouth below. The sight of this place fills you with dread. It's like it's been drowned many times before, this town. The town of Innsmouth used to be much bigger than it is, and now it's fallen to ruin. You estimate that one house on every block has any inhabitants at all. The rest are just crumbling into ruins. To your right and to your left, you pass streets that are in the same decrepit, sad condition. You were able to find out where this Hogg's warehouse was by an old directory that you had. It used to be a fish packing plant. And you find yourself heading towards the docks of Innsmouth, a place where you never really thought that you would see. Trent and Jeb, do you want to have any conversation on the way there? Anything you want to ask each other or talk about?
Yeah, Agent, I'm just saying, this is America, and I'm a red-blooded American, but my family were immigrants, and they all had horse and buggies and shit. And you know, I finally got a car, this beautiful powder blue Cadillac that was not easy for me to procure. And these kids, they put a damn fish in it and put salt water in its gas, so it's all busted to hell. So I'm just thinking,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
if
whoa,
we
whoa,
find
whoa,
these guys,
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, did you say a fish?
yeah, they gutted a fish and put it in my front seat. So I'm just saying that I think, you know, it's America here, and I think it would be fair punishment if I get to shoot a couple of them in the leg.
Okay, let's be clear here. Jeb, as a federal agent, I'm not at liberty to discuss these things in a formal matter. What you do is your own business. But I am interested about this fish.
It was a cod. I think because they like fish. I don't know.
Oh, there's something fishy going on here, that's for sure.
Oh, Jesus.
You're giving me a bad feeling about this. I'm feeling like this could be dangerous. I know I have lots of information about the O'Banion gang, and I think they're into some real dirty stuff. And, you know, I got to tell you the truth. I don't have a lot of firepower with me.
Oh, that's okay. We have a ton. Of course, all legally procured machine guns.
My God, you are the strangest bunch. Why did I run into this bunch? You know, someday I might get to retire, but I don't know
say
when
that.
day's coming.
All right, to the civilian vehicle. Edna has the wheel. You're negotiating it. It feels good to have this this vehicle back. Actually, you had some good times and some awful, horrifying times as well. However, you cross a bridge in Innsmouth, and you're going slowly now through the warehouse district. Anything you want to chat about, folks?
Agent, I trust Ortiz, and I think he's a good man, but I'm starting to worry. I'm thinking, or I'm worrying maybe someone was forcing him to say this. Someone's trying to lay a trap for us or something. Do you think that's a possibility, or how can we prepare for that?
Well, I mean, I'm coming into this halfway through, it feels like, so I'm going to say anything's a possibility, Luther, at this point. Keep your eyes peeled. We're going to survey the scene when we get there and try to figure it out.
Okay. And doctor, is there a way we can move the seats up a little bit? Just, my legs hurt.
I think you'll be fine. We'll be there soon.
Okay.
How long has the city looked like this? I don't remember this from, yeah, I don't want to say how long ago I came here.
It has been bad for quite some time. The town hit hard times, and quite some time ago, a man named Obed Marsh went on a sea trip, and he brought back with him some a religion which called the Order of Dagon, the esoteric Order of Dagon, and also some prosperity to Innsmouth. It drove away a lot of the good folk of Innsmouth, and a lot of the people that were either poverty-stricken or that were into this new religion stayed. And so the town, over successive generations now, has lost much of its population. At its heyday, perhaps 4,000 people. Now, perhaps 400. It's very, it's emaciated as a city.
Can I make an occult check to check that religion?
Yes, you can. I think you should roll Cthulhu Mythos, and then we'll also see if you have any. Don't forget you have luck.
Sure.
So go ahead and make a roll. It did not succeed. You can make an occult roll.
Fail.
You can also,
Okay.
if you wish, you can put in 29 luck points to succeed.
I think I'm gonna try occult first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still a fail.
Okay. You know what? You're at the beginning, even though you feel like you've been through a lot with the previous adventure that you had, you're at the beginning of your knowledge with these things, and you're pretty certain that they're connected. You just don't see the connection quite yet. So everybody make a spot hidden. Have Agent Hawkridge with an extreme success.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Hawkridge, and then you notice out of the corner of your eye that there is a vehicle that has a tarp put over it, and it looks odd. It just looks odd. It's right beside a building, a large, long building. Nobody's taking care of anything here, and yet there looks like an expensive vehicle with a tarp on it.
Mm-hmm. Pull over.
Well, first I'm gonna ask why.
I see something. Just pull over.
So I guess I'll turn. I'll have gone a little farther and I'll turn into the street.
Excellent. Okay, that's what I was wondering. And so you notice from behind Trent and Spiegelman that the car that's following you, the civilian vehicle, turns left and parks just behind you.
I'd like to use a luck point if I could. I got a hard success on that spot hidden.
Yeah,
If I spend one luck, it would be an extreme. I wonder if that.
absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so I notice that car is.
Notice the car actually. What you saw was there's a sign on the building at the top that says GG's Warehouse.
GG's Warehouse. Okay, that rings a bell in my head.
Yeah, because there's an H and an O that has been knocked off, and all it says is GG's Warehouse. So it is Hogg's Warehouse that you're looking at. And
So I come to a stop and I go into reverse.
I'm gonna get out of the car. Slowly and cautiously, of course.
so is everybody getting out of the car?
I
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
so.
I'm going to open up the trunk of the doctor's car, and take out my Tommy guns and say, okay, so who wants one of these? I'm taking one.
I'm just gonna draw my pistol.
No one? Geez, that's embarrassing. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to leave these two as backups then, and I'm going to take mine.
All right.
Just try not to put anyone's eye out, all right?
Oh, I'll put a hell of a lot more of than that.
I'd like to just to do a round robin for everyone to tell me, starting with Trent, what you're doing right now, what you're carrying, what you're equipping. So Trent, what are you doing? You got your shotgun?
Yeah, I'm getting my shotgun. I got my 32 at my side.
Hawkridge, your turn.
So I'm a couple of feet away from the group because I'm slowly moving towards the car. I'm getting a little impatient about this like chitter chatter happening, and I'm looking out to see if I see anyone. I have my 45 automatic drawn, and when Agent Trent asks me if I am armed, I go obviously, and then ignore the other half of his question because I've already moved on from it.
Babson, what are you doing?
I'm kind of cautiously like in between sort of the trunk and Hawkridge.
Yeah.
That guy who's like, let's all stay together and is like hovering between the connector. I have a 45 that we had like from those like rum runners, the Albanians, like ages ago. But I just kind of have it on me to feel safe. I also have a pair of brass knuckles that I'm more comfortable with.
Excellent. Edna.
I'm hovering by the driver's side of the car. I think about giving my keys back, but I put them in my purse just because I want to be on the safe side. I am not a fighter. And I look at everyone drawing their heavy artillery. I mean, I'm just a doctor of medicine, and I guess I just quickly open my purse, make sure that I see my gun and my knife, but I don't draw it because I don't see anything.
You're just a humble doctor.
Your switchblade and your gun.
And Jeb?
Yeah, I try to look confident as I take out my Tommy gun and sort of like try to hide it under my suit. I say, okay, so it might get kind of weird in there. So let's all keep our heads and If anyone shoots me, I'm going to sue the shit out of you.
All right. Good. So, and of course, Astrid.
I am armed with my 41 revolver, and I'm gonna take a quick look at the sky and see if I see anything. Just a cursory glance, because I tend to get nervous in open spaces at night.
Yeah, yes, of course you do. And it is getting quite dark. You know, it is early October, it is raining, and the sky is low and dark. You hear a fluttering in the wind, but it's probably just some tarp somewhere. Take a stealth roll, Agent Hawkridge, please.
Stealth roll. I got a regular success.
Excellent. So you move up to the side. You all watch from the other side of the street as she very professionally moves on the side of the building, crouching down low. There are no windows on the side of the building. And you get to the corner, and then you turn and you look, and you can see the tarp that is covering the car, and you can see a man standing in front of the door. He carries a rifle, action rifle,
That's exactly like that.
up against the door like he's got all the time in the world, with his little pencil mustache and his wide features. And he's looking each way at the alley and doesn't seem to see you yet. Well, what would you like to do?
Well, now that I've scouted it, I guess, can I get behind the car without him seeing me where the 7 is?
Yes.
And like look into the back of the car? Yeah.
Yep, why don't you make a stealth roll?
I made an extreme success. No, hard success.
So you get right behind the car, and you have him within your sights. And you all see her move from the edge of the building across down to the car. And she is very good at what she does. She is very good at what she does. So,
Damn it, she's really good at what she does. And she's way ahead of me. She didn't hear a word I said. I'm starting to panic a little bit as I go up to the front seat and I look through the glove box to find my flashlight. I'm like, damn it, I'm an old man now as I start slugging into place, fumbling with my flashlight and my shotgun.
I will also attempt to stealthily move up behind the car.
you can make a stealth roll, please.
Geez. All right, regular success.
Excellent. So, although not in your training, you managed to get as well. I'll bring your character in now. Okay, and so Spiegelman, you get there, the corner. You two can see the guy standing, leaning against the door with his rifle in his hand.
I shoot like one of those like, you better not fuck this up, look at him, because I see him coming around. You better not fuck this up.
I give her a little wink.
The doctor will move up to the G of ground floor and try to look through windows of the warehouse and maybe see if there's another way in.
There isn't another way in, but you notice that there is a sort of a fire escape that leads to the roof. There is there's a ladder that goes all the way to the top. And there are no windows in this warehouse.
I'm going to sit with my information, watch what everyone else is doing.
Doctor, can you remember which one is you here? I'll put you by the G in the ground floor.
I'll follow the doctor, covering her, because to my knowledge, she doesn't have a weapon. I can't see her having one
So I guess I'm
drawn.
gonna do a stealth roll then.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Regular success.
A success. So you are covering the doctor, no problem. Agent Trent, what are you doing?
As I see my colleagues moving up. My instinct is to check the perimeter and to look at surrounding buildings. I turn on my flashlight for the building right across the street. And I check down both streets to see if there's any movement.
Good. Make a listen roll. That would be a fail.
Oh, no.
Doing your best, but you're pretty nervous looking around here. You haven't been in this kind of potential combat situation before. Well, in a long time, I mean. And last but not least, Babson, what are you doing?
I don't want to make a stealth roll because I'm not good at that, but I'm wondering if I can sort of like get to a place where I'm within like maybe around the corner and like have a visual on Spiegelman and Hawkridge.
You stand right beside Trent then.
Yeah, perfect.
He's in the center. So you'd only need to make a stealth roll if you're going to get up to the corner there. But you are not seen. Oh, actually, no, make a stealth roll and don't fumble.
Okay.
Okay, you're fine. Okay, so there you have it. You're watching him, and we'll do it in initiative order from now on. And that means Cecilia Hawkridge, Agent Hawkridge, you're number one. You're the first up with an initiative of 80. So what would you like to do?
Well, I will just kind of want to see if I can like peer into the back of this car, if I see anything in it. If that's possible.
You can lift up the tarp and look in if you want, but it's dark,
Yeah.
hard to see inside there. You're gonna have to make a hard spot hidden roll.
A hard spot hidden roll. Well, let's see.
No, way too dark.
Really dark.
Okay,
If only I had a flashlight.
Yeah.
next up is Jeb.
So this old guy's just standing outside?
He's not that old. He might be
Okay.
40s, late 30s.
Okay.
He's probably not even as old as I am. So I wouldn't call that old.
Ancient.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to Agent Hawkridge very quickly and just be like, okay, so what's the move here?
Make a stealth roll, please.
I already did.
Make another one.
I'm looking over it. I'm like,
You're whispering.
what are you doing?
What's the move here? Go ahead, make a roll.
Haha! Screw you, David. Not today.
You don't know what the opponent rolled. Okay,
No, I don't. And I'm worried because I forgot they got to roll too.
yeah. So you you say, what's the plan? Hawkridge, are you gonna respond?
I don't think I am, because right now the way that I'm looking at this map, he's actually like a couple feet away from me. Do you know what I mean? Like we're not next to each other.
No.
So that kind of whispering, I just feel like it's not. I just kind of look at him again, and I'm like, you can follow me, you cannot, but like.
Okay, good.
All right. I give her the thumbs up, and then I take my Tommy gun, and I'm gonna try to sneak up on this guy and point it at him.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Everyone just.
No.
So you move forward very close to where the guy is, and as you're sort of squeezing along, you realize the car is butted right up against the wall, so you can't actually go any further. And then you sort of whisper, "Shit, shit," and he turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" and he brings his gun up, and the two of you are within point blank range of each other. Trent, what are you doing?
I immediately hear some commotion, and in a straight up walk directly towards the corner, I raise my shotgun and yell, "Federal agent!"
Oh my God.
Excellent. And Astrid, what are you doing?
Maybe try to loop around the car, passing between Trent and Hawk Ridge, so sort of flanking with Jeb, but try to maybe like get cover under the car or beside the car, so potentially he won't see me if Agent Trent's just whipping out the shotgun. If I can slowly maybe get there.
Success.
A regular.
Okay. Okay, so that's where you are. Great. Okay. And you made a regular success. Excellent. Nobody sees you.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
And I'm sort of crouched down with my back against the car.
it's your turn, Luther.
Okay. I see the whole federal agent thing happen, and I'm like, oh, we're taking out our guns. So I get out my pistol, kind of fumble with it out of the holster. I'm not going around the corner just yet, but I want to kind of just like be aware of what's going on around the street, like see if there's any movement from around the street, like behind or behind us or flanking us, kind of thing.
There is not, although you can make a listen roll.
I will. Man.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got 86, which is not good.
Yep. Nope, you failed. Okay, so next it's and that's fine where you are. And next up in terms of the order of things, we have Edna Price.
She's okay. I pull out my purse.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my gun. I look and I rifle through to see if I have any first aid things, which I do.
You do.
I have a couple bandages and some suture. And then I'm gonna peer on the other side of the building to see if there's any guys that could potentially come up from behind.
Make spot hidden.
Oh, it's a fail.
Yeah, you can't see anybody over there. But you do have medical supplies.
Great. So, trying to rethink the plan in my head now that this is happening. All right. So we have a standoff with a gun. We have another guy with a gun. I wonder if I can try. I can't fast talk because that's a terrible skill, but I do have a good persuade. So I'm wondering if I can try and talk our way in, not into an entire gunfight with this man right now, which will draw a lot of attention to the street corner. I stand up, and my improv is real off right now, but I'm gonna make can I make a persuasion roll? And if I pass, I can try and think of something.
Yes.
And if I don't, well, it doesn't work. So, and I fail so bad.
So
I stand up, and I just go, wait a second.
Wait a second, you say. You pop out of nowhere, and now it's this plan is going really well. Okay, so now we're in combat. So the man with the pencil mustache looks, and he's got 3 targets to look at, and he slams his hand against the door and shouts, "It's the feds!" And then raises his shot at Detective Trent, at Agent Trent. He takes a shot at you with his rifle and brick above your head and showers you with it. But you're okay, you missed. And it's on. Now, Jeb, it's your turn.
Well, I didn't bring this Tommy gun for nothing.
Oh my god.
So remind me of the mechanics of a Tommy gun.
So for folks watching this at home, I'm going to get this wrong because I've been reading these rules and they're very difficult to understand. But basically, what's your skill in Tommy guns?
35.
So you get 3 shots, or you get 3 volleys with the Tommy gun, and you can pick how many shots you want to fire in each volley. And every time you switch targets, you lose a volley. So you could fire all 3 volleys at him. You could fire 60 shots, whatever you want, into him with the Tommy gun. You have to roll for jams, and you also have to roll for, fumbles and all that stuff. And every shot you take, you have a penalty die on.
So I choose how many shots I take with each burst.
Yep.
I'll just shoot at him once if there's no penalty on it. I feel like that's better.
Okay. So go ahead and make a roll. Oh, geez. So you go poof with the Tommy gun, and it ricochets against the wall and goes wide.
All right, I'm gonna duck down behind the car now.
He ducks and goes and reloads.
I am advancing along this wall in a steady march,
Got it.
aiming the whole time, and I am going to shoot him with my shotgun. That is a regular success.
You can make a damage roll then.
There's only 3 points.
And so he dodges out of the way, and a bit of buckshot hits him.
I also yell out, put down the weapon.
After shooting him.
Yeah.
How clear is my line of fire from where I am?
It's very clear.
It looks.
You're looking up, and you absolutely can see him. He's doing his best to take shelter in the doorway, but
Right.
after smacking it, but he's in trouble. You've got a good beat on him.
And also, I forget, can I call a shot? Like, could I try to kneecap him?
Yeah, you can. So what you would be doing in this case is you could ask for a hard success to shoot a location.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna say right in his kneecap,
Okay, good.
so he can't run.
Okay, it's a regular success. You do not succeed in hitting his kneecap, but make a damage.
You use.
Can I push it with luck?
Yes, you can. You can't push it, but you can use luck. So
I will use 4 luck.
a shot into his kneecap. Roll for damage.
I did just kneecap him,
Yeah,
so
you did 1 point of damage.
hell yeah.
He
It
shouts.
looked really cool.
Really good shot and well called. And he goes down on his knees. He drops his weapon and he's grabbing his knee as it bursts in blood. And he shouts, "Ah! Help! Help!" The door of the warehouse is opening.
Hearing all these gunshots makes me kind of think like, I don't know why I'm holding this gun. I got to stick with what I'm good at. So I put away the gun and I just keep out my brass knuckles. I just want to stay near the doctor.
Okay, I'm moving you over to Doctor. And Doctor, it's your turn. You can see Luther comes right beside you.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at everyone to stop shooting because this is ridiculous. These are civilians. You are police officers. So I'll yell, "What are you doing? You're police officers!"
Okay, and you.
Extreme success.
They hear you, but they're not going to listen.
Okay, well then I'm gonna start heading up that ladder.
Okay.
You've given me Chekhov's gun. I need to follow it.
Yes. You follow the ladder up to the top of the stairs, or up to the top of the building. It's flat at the top, and you can see that there are a couple of holes in the ceiling, that obviously lead down into the warehouse,
Okay.
and you are on top. And otherwise, there's a ventilation outlet and various rooftop sort of debris. You think about what you want to do, and I'll move to the next person, which is good old Jesse with the gun. Whoops, you don't know his name. Now you do. Jesse missed the first shot. He goes down on his knee. He dropped his weapon, and the door opens, and he starts to move towards the door as best he can, limping. His gun's still on the ground. At this point, you can see there's another figure down at the end of the alley of Garrison Street there. See the W? And it appears that they had another guard at the other side. He has a pistol, and he fires 3 shots. Okay, as the gunshot behind you, and he's going to fire at you 3 times.
Can I dodge?
No. You can't dodge bullets. Not yet, anyway.
You can't dodge bullets. I can.
Okay, ready?
So does he get penalty on that then if he's firing multiple times?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this.
All right. So you hear, and on the 3rd shot, you feel pain in your back as something has definitely hit you. You move to the side, and there's a blood that you can see. You take 5 points damage from a gunshot. Next, it's Luther.
So the holes are like way farther down on the roof, right?
Yeah.
And nearby there's just like a vent.
Yep.
Is it like a big vent like we could possibly like climb in?
Yeah,
like,
you go down it.
Okay, I want to just like kind of inspect it and like determine how safe that is.
But it is about 3 feet. Well, yeah, about 3 feet wide. And stinks of fish.
Yeah, of course it does. I guess I kind of like, I'm gonna motion to the doctor like we'll go in here. And then I start going in there.
Okay. Okay, make a dexterity roll.
Oh, great. Love to. Okay, I'll use 1 luck point to make that work for me.
Excellent use of luck.
Oh, damn it. I made a luck roll instead of editing.
No worries. You start squeezing in, and you go down, and there's the first vent that you suspected is there. You can't see anything, and you realize you're getting covered in grease. That this whole vent is really greasy, and you get to the first mesh. What do you want to do with it? You want to try to break it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
That I can do. Wow. Boy, can I.
Critical success. Down there, and there's something about this. It's almost like you're swimming. You feel like you're like down in the depths of the sea. You smash the vent down there, and you let go, and it rattles down and smashes the other vent. And then you can also see down below as they clatter down, and that there's some sort of that this ventilation shaft used to be part of a bigger machine. But it is pretty much empty and leads into some warehouse sort of old blocks and crates. So it looks like you might be able to drop down right in the middle of this place. And Edna, it's your turn as he goes down there, and you can hear snap, crash as he jumps in the ventilation shaft. What would you?
There is no way that I'm going down that vent. So I'm gonna look through the holes to try to see if I can see him.
You can see his feet, and you hear him squirming and struggling down there.
Okay, and then I'm gonna peer. I'm gonna go to the edge of the roof. Here, I'll move myself. And I'm gonna peer over to see what the damage is like so far. I want to start keeping a mental tally of all of the sutures I'm gonna need to do. Kind of think about where I'm gonna get some sort of anesthetic.
Just then you see the guy come around the corner and shoot Astrid in the back. She turns around. It's a real gunfight down there. You are thankfully above the fray.
Okay.
Then we have after Edna, it's Gilman. Okay, so Gilman, the door is open and he's sliding in, but instead of letting him in, what you see is there's another long gun. And let's see, who do we have here? We have Trent. So somebody inside opens the door and they take a shot at you, Trent. Oof. That's a hit. It's an extreme success, so that's an impale.
Oh no. I'm still behind a car. Oh God.
Okay, so you take 8 points damage. That's a lot, but it's not going to take you out quite yet. So you take a serious wound though. Shot in the shoulder and bleeding, and you're knocked back against the wall.
Woo. All right. So, quick question, because what feels like way back when Edna yelled at us to please stop shooting, we did hear her, and I was in line of vision of her. Did I see her go up that ladder? Yeah. Okay. Just curious. So that later we know where she is.
She rolled an extreme success, so that means that you did hear her, you did see her, and then you saw her go up, and you're like, I guess she changed her mind. And then here you go.
Yeah, part of me wants to follow her up, but I guess we're doing this now. Okay. So I'm behind a car, and I realize I need to move out because I can't shoot behind this car. So I'm going to walk out here.
Yep.
So I can get a shot with my not very strong gun on Gibson, did you call him? Do I have a line of fire on the guy with the rifle who just shot?
Yeah, he dropped his rifle, he's been shot in the knee, and he's been shot somewhere else as well. And now they didn't let him in the building, and he's crawling to get his rifle now.
But the door's shut, or is that other person still have their gun pointed out?
The door's half open, there's somebody with a long gun firing, and they just shot your partner.
What? It's been a wild ride. Let's just try to hit him. Just try to fit in with the group here. Okay. And you know what? I got a hard success.
That's excellent. Okay, you can roll some damage.
+2, so it's a 7.
Okay.
Nice.
The figure, the gun goes up and the figure yells and goes back and disappears behind the door. So you definitely hit, and you definitely did some damage.
Okay.
After you, that figure who's not attacking this round, Earl is going to fire again at Astrid.
Fucking damn it.
He fires 3 shots at you, and he's not the best shot, but he's walking towards you and firing as best he can, and he misses all 3 times.
Nice.
Yeah. And Jeb, it's your turn.
So the guy on the ground's reaching for his weapon. Would this count as an action for me to hop over the car and put my foot on it, and then can I do something else?
Put your foot on the weapon, and you're trying to do what with it? What's your goal in doing that?
Well, basically, it's to stop him from grabbing it.
Yes.
Would that be an action to kick it out of the way? That would be an action? Oh man, well, that sucks for him. So I'm just gonna shoot him 3 times.
Okay. You're shooting a prone target, so you have a bonus die. You normally would have a minus with extra shots. So
I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol.
Okay.
And as I walk over, I just say, sorry, buddy, nothing personal. And then, yeah, shoot him. Yeah, that's bad for him.
Oh.
So
It's really a bad time for him.
you fire 3 shots, and you each one finds a target. You shoot him in the back, in the shoulder, and then finish him off with a headshot. His head scrambles like an egg all over the cobblestones.
I look over at Agent Hawkridge. I say, "See, are we having fun yet, or what?"
And at this point, the other guy is just yelling and moving towards you. You can see he fires 3 shots at Astrid. Next, it's Agent Trent. Your turn.
Question about using luck for healing. That gives a
Yep. You can spend 20 to get D6.
to get D6. All right, and can I do an action as well in the same turn?
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to spend that 20, and I am moving to the back of this vehicle as I am shouting to the environment, "Federal agents, put your weapons down!" And then I crouch behind the back of that vehicle, and I put another shell into my shotgun, and I say to Jeb, "Jeb, kick that rifle over to me."
Give your roll a D6 to see how many hit points you get back. No, that's 4 back. That keeps you out of the almost dead zone. All right, so you limp over behind the car. The next to go is Astrid. He's shot 6 times at you. What are you gonna do?
Well, I really want to get to that car and see if anyone's in it. But I feel like I kind of have to take this guy out.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to shoot. Can I shoot 3 times with 41 pistol?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that.
All right. You've been in tough situations before, but never has it been a straight-on hand fight with no cover. Somebody rushing at you, firing at you. Make your 3 rolls.
All hits, damn girl.
Damn.
That's amazing. Good for you. Roll 3 hits. 3 damage, I mean.
Damn it. Damn it.
Whoa.
Non-lethal. Non-lethal. I'm very nice. Very nice.
Those were terrible.
Can I add damage with luck?
You cannot. So 4 shots though. Boom, boom, boom. It's just like you're firing at him, but he's moving so fast that that you're just not doing any damage.
Or I kind of just don't want to kill him, maybe.
Make a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Thanks, Blue.
Jesus, you have a lot of spot hidden.
Yeah. Well, I want to be a detective.
Congratulations. Make a sanity check.
Fucking hell.
Okay, you made your success, so you lose 1 sanity. As he rushes towards you, you fire. You realize your shots aren't even, are barely hurting him. He wasn't bleeding. You hit him 3 times, and only on the last shot did he bleed. And you notice you tore a hole in his jacket, and you could see some sort of green, sort of like his skin. It looks almost like fish skin. Top of his cloth comes down. There's something less than human about this guy. He's got really wide mouth and big bulbous eyes. Done.
Okay.
Luther, so you've gotten through and you could see the floor below. What would you like to do?
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten into a terrible situation. Can I see that? Like, how much can I see?
If you want to go a little far down, you can peek down through and see in the warehouse.
I want to try and do that.
Okay, you look down, and you can make a sanity check, please.
Oh, of course. That's not at all what I needed.
Oh no.
So roll a d6, and that's how many sanity you lose.
Oh, perfect.
Not horrible.
Alrighty.
All right. So you see, as you look down into the warehouse, you can see sort of half walls there covering the far end. Barrels, baskets, crates, that sort of thing all over the place. You can see there are three massive looking, they're like half human, they're shambling around these things. One of them has this giant mouth that is obscenely large. It covers like 75% of its face. The next one limps, and it's like its legs are two different sizes. Like one leg is about a foot longer than the other, and it's limping around, and it has a gun. The one with the big mouth has a long gun as well. And then the other one, its eyes look in two different directions, and they're very bulbous and large on its face. And the two of them, the one with the limping one and the one with the big eyes, are moving towards the door. Now you can see two women. One, this woman, like she looks like a flapper. She has this crazy look in her eyes, like she's born to kill. She's got a Tommy gun, and you can see her shout, or you can hear her shout, "It's time! It's time! Let's kill them!" And she's running towards the door. And then the other woman has got a shotgun, and she's like, "What's going on?" And finally, the last of the figures in front of a doorway in what's a little room let off. It's this hybrid that looks like he's about 3-4 times the size of a normal human being. He stands there. He's got no firearms, but he's got a 2x4 in his hand, and he says to them, "Nobody gets in."
They brought a cave troll.
And I'm make a listen roll.
So that's a success.
Okay, you can, and above all of this din, everything that you hear, you also hear some shouting coming back, coming from the room beyond, and it's a man and a woman shouting at each other. And the man says, "Stop it! No!" And you're sure that it's Andrew. The next person up is Edna. What are you going to do with this situation now?
Frick it. I'm going to take out my pistol and I'm going to try to shoot down at W.
At W, the one who's fighting, who's taking Astrodon. Excellent.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wait,
It's a fail.
you've only got a 22 skill. You can spend 20 luck if you want.
I will.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
I will.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and make a damage roll.
Don't roll ones and twos.
3 shots. Oh, man.
And I fucking nailed
Well,
it.
I got a 2.
Yeah, better than a one.
Can't hit him though.
Yeah, you hit him. Okay, so he thought he was fighting in one direction, and suddenly, out of the blue, another shot hits him in the shoulder. He reels around and points up at where that shot came from, throwing him off his game. And that is, it's his turn. He's going to lob a shot at you, Edna. Oh, shit. Well, that's a miss. And another shot, and that's a miss. And another shot, and that's a miss. So he's not doing so well. He fires, and you can tell he's shooting wild now because he doesn't know where the enemies are coming from. Wait, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at Mr. W over here.
Sorry, Kira, your gun jammed on the first shot.
Oh, well, there you go. So
You can spend 10 luck to not have that happen.
to not have a jam. Yeah, I'll do that.
So and your other shot just miss, but at least you can still fire your weapon. Out of the door, here comes a hybrid, a loping figure 1 foot bigger than the other, just bursts through the door, and he's got his long gun ready. He looks around, and who is that? Who is this by the car in the corner here?
Trent.
A shot goes into the car and misses you. Next, the others can't seem to get away. You hear the sound of machine gun fire from inside. And Edna, you suddenly boom, 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 shots on the ceiling come through as somebody is firing a Tommy gun into the ceiling. The next person to go is Earl Waite, who fired his rounds, and now it's Jeb.
Okay. I'm gonna say, federal agents, drop your weapon, and then I'm gonna shoot the guy who just walked through the door 3 times.
With your regular weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
How big is he?
They're all larger than human.
Would I get like a bonus if something's really big to hit it?
You would if it's big, but not if it's just big.
Oh, got it. Okay. If it's okay, let's hope there's no big on this one. All right. So all with penalty.
You're at point blank range, so you don't worry about penalty.
All right. Jeez.
Luck.
I'll spend. So it's 3 luck to make that one hit, and then that would be 12 luck to make the other one hit. So I'm gonna spend 15 luck.
Okay, roll the damage.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So the one that comes through the door, you blow him away.
Yes. Good.
He just dies really quickly. Boom! And you can hear now the sound of a Tommy gun inside as well. There's something firing indiscriminately in there.
Good. That's good. We need that.
Okay. Jeb, it's now Trent's turn.
I come up from my crouched position, aim my shotgun on the back of the vehicle. I'm looking at that doorway to see if I can see anything coming through the doorway.
You can hold your shot until you see something if you like.
I will hold my shot until I see something. I will also
still alive.
scream out, "Come out of the warehouse. You're under arrest. Put your weapons down. Come out."
Okay, Astrid, your turn.
And W's still kicking, huh?
He's now firing up at the building, and you can see Edna exchanging fire with him up there.
Okay.
Fast.
Get behind something.
Yeah,
I was to take
I'm
off
gonna
towards the door. How far could I get?
You can get right in the door and run into the warehouse. Yeah, you run over. So you're running right through Wait as he's firing up.
Yep.
Okay, your whole
Opportunity attack.
No, he doesn't get that. It's just interesting. Okay, so you run over to the other side. Luther.
Okay, so there's still like 5 people in the people in the warehouse, right?
You're counting. There's the doors open and a bunch of them are firing through, but the huge hybrid is not moving. And then the crazy, you can see there's the crazy one. She's on the in the middle where the A is, and she's just like firing her Tommy gun anywhere.
I'll just watch for now. I just want to wait and see if there's an opportunity to use this to an advantage, but I don't think it's now.
And so suddenly from the door bursts this woman with a Tommy gun, and she gets ready to spray everybody. So that there's 3 people she sees there. There's Jeb and both agents. Okay, you see this crazy flapper, and she's got a Tommy gun, and she's got a look in her eyes like she just wants revenge against the world.
And is that the point where I get to take my action now?
Now you can take your action.
Sweet. All right. Shotgun blast, point blank range. That is a regular success. Spend 18 of your luck to make it a hard success. I guess that doesn't really matter.
It doesn't, because it won't impale. But if you have to spend, what's your roll again? 58. No, you'd have to spend a lot.
Yeah, a lot. But it's point blank range, so it's a ton of damage now.
Really? Yep.
Boom! 15.
Woo!
She comes in and she's about to shoot all of them, and suddenly blood appears in her chest, in her neck. Her face is completely destroyed as she gets splattered up against the wall, and the gun clatters to the ground, and she's
Yeah, flap that.
It's turning into a massacre. Edna, you're still engaged in combat with. You see Astrid run away, and you're sort of ducking down and firing whenever you can. Would you like to take some shots?
I'll fire 3 with the penalty.
Yeah. You exchange fire, but you can't quite get a bead on him, unfortunately. You're not that good of a shot. And you're going to come in handy later, but perhaps not at this exact moment. Agent Hawkridge, what are you doing?
Okay, so W's still kicking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot at W again, and I'm just going to shoot once because I've learned my lesson. I'm not that good of a shot, okay? Oh, no, I don't want that. Okay, let's try this. And you know what? I hit him.
You did. Control, please.
Took me a really long second to figure that out. I hit him with a 9.
He takes a shot right in the chest, and then he falls.
Finally.
Yeah, he's dead. So the hybrids at the door, Luther, you see them back up. These ones, after they see the woman get hit by the Tommy gun, or the woman with the Tommy gun get hit, they start running back. So there are 4 figures left in the warehouse, and 3 of them are moving back to that other door.
Oh, God.
Well, actually 5 figures. One is still guarding the door with the 2x4, and one woman, she looks really like she doesn't know what to do. She's got the other long gun. But the hybrids, the loping one, the one with the big eyes and the one with the big lips, they're all moving to the other side door. Hawkridge, what are you doing?
Well, I just saw Elliot run past, so I'm actually gonna follow her up because she just kind of ran for it, and I realized she needs a buddy. So I have a speed of 9 as well, so I'll follow her up.
Excellent.
Buddy system.
Excellent. And so you move around, and you can see Astrid. You see you're joined by your friend Cecilia, and the 2 of you are at the door. And you can see that the door is it's a set of double doors. You're not sure if they're locked at all.
Did you get him?
I got him. What the fuck was that?
What do you mean? That I ran? I just needed cover.
Oh no, not you. I mean your partner there. John or Jeremiah or whatever his name is.
Oh, Jeb. He's always like that. Wild card, but you know, he gets the job done, as you saw.
You're
I
right.
think we should play this differently than Trent, Agent Trent, no disrespect, but if we can keep quiet and maybe sneak in this
Okay.
way, find some cover.
I'm right there with you on that one.
Okay.
and you look in and you can see 3 figures running towards the door.
Okay.
All right.
The one loping figure, one with bulbous eyes, and one with a huge mouth, and the 3 of them seem to be running for their lives towards you.
And there's nothing to hide behind right now.
Just the side of the building. Like you could let them come through the doors and run away.
You know what? I don't hate that option.
I think we should do that. Quiet. I'm gonna motion to her.
Yeah, look at our good team play. Yeah, we're like,
Okay, so 3 of them burst through the doors and Jeb, it's your turn.
Okay, I want to kick down the door,
Which door?
the one that I'm next to.
It's not.
6.
It's already open, and there are bodies over it.
I kick the door anyway
Okay.
and yell, "Federal agents, drop your weapons!" And then I'm gonna fire. I guess they're far away now.
There's one woman with a long gun, and then there's a huge hybrid. Make a sanity roll.
Oh, good. Oh, come on.
Failed. Roll a d6.
Okay.
for all his talk.
Okay.
Oh.
You come in with all the bluster, and you look and you see this form in front of the door with a 2x4, and he's got scales all over his body, like fish scales, and his gills are sticking out from his neck. It's like his head is just necklace, like just sinking into his frame, and he's covered in fish scales.
Now, would he count as a very large person? Oh, God damn it. All right, well, my panic response is just to say, holy shit, and then fire 3 bursts of 3 rounds each with my Thompson.
You fumbled it twice.
Oh,
Did I?
No, you fumbled it once. You want to roll 10. You lose 10 luck to not have a jam.
Yeah, I'll spend 10.
Okay, so you fire and make a lot of noise.
Good, perfect. That was the plan all along.
And he looks at you and he rushes at you with his 2x4.
Ring it, big man.
Yeah, he will.
No.
So now you can choose to dodge or fight back.
I'm gonna elect to dodge.
Yeah. Okay, so make your dodge roll, and he's going to make his
God
attack
damn it.
roll. What'd you? A fail. Okay. You're in luck. He failed as well. So he swings his 2x4 over your head, and you manage to duck and avoid it.
I move into the door and assess the situation. So I see a melee combat on my left. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And 3 figures running away.
And one woman who's holding a gun and doesn't know what to do.
And do I see any other things in the room of interest? A quick scan.
The door. There's a door, and there's some shouting happening behind it.
I'm moving to that door and screaming, "Federal agents!" And I also ready my shotgun aim at this monstrosity thing.
You can take a shot if you like.
I can take a shot. All right. Well, at point blank range, I will shoot it.
That's a hit.
Regular success.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you see that?
Oh.
Wow.
That's 4.
Incredible.
You did 4d6, and you did 4 hit points damage against it.
Hey.
Gosh, in Vegas, that would have been amazing.
Astrid, it's your turn.
Okay, cool.
how have the monstrosities, have they rushed through the doors yet?
Yes, they're all pushing forward and running into the street.
Excellent. I'm going to stealthily sort of motion to Agent Hawkridge, and I'm going to use a stealth to slip inside.
You can see that there's a woman, and she points her gun at you, and she's shaking.
I'm going to aim my gun at her and say, hey, you don't have to get mixed up in this, okay? You can run.
And persuade.
Persuasion? Okay.
Gotta go better than when I did it, so.
Oh, God. I forgot my persuasion shit, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus. That's bad. That's a fumble.
It's a fumble.
He's going to shoot you.
Great. I tried, man. I was just playing my character.
So, yeah, I was like gearing myself up, being like, okay, Luther, like calm down, be ready. And then I heard all this like shooting go off and all this stuff. My question is, when the big guy, you said he rushed Jeb?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I'm unsure in positioning. Like, could I drop behind him? I'm wondering if sorry?
You can now.
Okay, I want to drop behind him and run into the room if possible.
Okay, you jump down out of the vent, rush over to the door, and you open it. Make a sanity roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Poor Luther.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, thanks for the help, Luther.
Thanks for scouting this for us.
Oh, no.
Lose D6.
All right.
So Luther, you open the door and you see tied to a chair is Andrew Fisher. He's bleeding, and you can see this thing standing over him. It looks like it was a woman once, perhaps, dressed in really fashionable clothing, but everything is scaled and fish-like about her face, her hands, everything. She has a huge machete in her hand, and she seems to be, it's like she's trying to seduce him with it, but she's also cutting him every once in a while.
Ooh.
And you hear her say, "I don't need all of you, just one part."
Oh, God.
And Edna.
Okay, I need to get off this roof.
What? One way down.
The shaft? No.
Make a luck roll. We'll see if there's a conveniently placed crate for you to drop into.
It's a fail, but it's 62 and my luck is 60. So can I spend 2 luck points? Does that work?
Can't spend luck to get luck. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. So you get a roll and you look down, but I will allow you to jump if you want. You're just going to have to make a dex roll. And if you fail it, you'll take some damage.
Onto a crate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push and use luck for it. Oh, it's like you've done this all your life. You down.
Yes.
You find you leap down and you're standing right beside Agent Hawkridge and Astrid. The three of you are of the same area. Next we have Andrew, and Andrew Fisher. You see Luther. He's crying, and he's trying to escape from her. The chair he keeps backing up if he can from the chair. Neither of them see you. They're so in their own zone. Says, and then you hear her say, "You look just like your father." A striking image. I couldn't have him, so I'm going to have you. Hawkridge, it's your turn. Agent Hawkridge.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, okay, so Annie's still there. So now that she's gonna start shooting, she hasn't started shooting yet, though, right?
You see her raise her gun, and she's gonna fire at Astrid.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot her.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna shoot her once.
Okay.
Classic me fashion. And I hit her.
You do. Would you like to spend 9 of
What?
to make an success?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead. So
I have to figure that. I'll write -9. Okay. So what does that mean if I make it extreme?
with 9 luck, you just shoot her dead.
Oh. Okay. I shoot her because that's cool. Let's do that. I like that.
You have 9 luck, and you put a bullet through her head, and she never shoots at Astrid.
Well, and Astrid's just like, my dream woman.
Look, are you doing okay? You seem a little shaken up.
Now you all hear the thing that everyone failed their listen rolls earlier in the game.
Great.
You can hear sirens, police sirens.
It's the federal agent.
Drop your weapons.
It's Agent. It's Jeb. Your turn.
Jeb is just screaming and firing his Tommy gun at the giant thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the giant thing. Go ahead, make your roll.
So we're point blank, I assume. So I guess I'll just take 3 shots with 3 bullets each.
Go ahead.
Boom.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
Wow.
2 hard successes and another success for those keeping track at home. And make your damage roll.
So that is, sorry, each bullet is 1 die, right?
Yeah.
So that's 9d10. All right.
No need to roll. He is destroyed utterly by a hail of Tommy gun damage.
Jeb is like jumping around like Mick Jagger over his body, just yelling, "Yeah, that's what you get! That's what you get when you mess with a man's Cadillac, you son of a bitch!"
I move into the room and I reload my shotgun. And I guess I see whatever that crazy thing is with the whip and all that stuff. And I scream at it, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Surrender. But I hold my action because I had to put in 2 new shells.
Make a sanity check, please. And it's your turn, Astrid. You failed your sanity check. Make a d6. That's how much you lose.
I'm going to move towards the room as well. I can hear commotion in there.
Yeah. Okay, make
a sanity check.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have my gun trained on the thing, and I'm going to try, as I make my sanity roll, to say, Andrew, because I notice it's Andrew. Andrew, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
You lose 1 sanity.
Okay.
And, he looks at you, and then he looks at her. She has her weapon and finally realizes that there are many people here, and she says, "But he's mine. He's mine. I spent so long. I brought him up. He's mine."
I just want to punch her. I'm finally in a place to use that.
Okay, go ahead. Holy crap! I forgot. Oh, jeez. You slam into her, and you hear a as your fist connects with her jaw, and she flies across the room and slams against the wall, drops the knife, and she just whispers, "But he's mine!" And this salty tear comes out of her eyes.
You just punched that man's grandmother.
Shit.
Babson is, or not Babson, Fisher is just looking and crying and in shock. And she looks like she's been taken out. You can hear the police pull up, and you can see the red and blue of the sirens, or the lights on the car. You see that there are 3 investigators, 2 looking somewhat human, but the other one hanging back with a shotgun, not looking human at all. And they look like hybrids. And the lead one comes in and he says, "Police, put your guns down." And he's holding his rifle up.
I say, federal agents, drop your weapon.
So we're out of combat now, folks. So anybody who wants to do things can do it. Edna, what do you want to do?
I want to go and rush to Andrew and assess the damage.
He's in rough shape. You can see that she's removed 2 of his fingers.
Oh no.
She's also cut him deeply all over his body, just like random cuts. And you can see bleeding from his feet. And it's possible he's got socks on, but it's possible she took out a couple of toes as well. He doesn't look good for the swim team, that's for sure. Make a first aid roll, Edna. Because he's losing a lot of blood, and you're pretty certain that he's going to go into shock if he hasn't already. And I would suggest you spend any luck that you can.
Okay, I'll spend it all.
Yeah.
I'll spend the 23.
Okay, so you stabilize him so he's not going to die in the next round. In next round, make a medicine roll. Okay.
Okay.
You're pretty certain that you would have lost him. He's losing a lot of blood in the room. The floor is covered. She's done more damage to him than she thought. She's not obviously a surgeon, so she was just cutting, thinking all she needs is his parts. Anyway, so she starts babbling in the corner about how he's such a great swimmer that they would have had beautiful children. And then they would
Shape of water.
they would have pleased Mother Hydra. They would have pleased Father Dagon. So the police, Trent, the local police show up. You're surprised, shocked that the local police look like they do. You don't know what's going on, but one of them is barely human. He's huge and in the back with a shotgun. The other 2 are vaguely, they pass for human, but they are the local police, and you do know their badge numbers and their names. It's Constable Birch and Martin.
Constable Birch, Federal Agent Trent. Looks like we have a positive identification on our kidnapping case. It is a federal matter, kidnapping.
Well, I don't think it's a federal matter. This is Innsmouth city limits. So it's
that may be true.
So we'll take it from here.
Oh, well, we'll have to do the paperwork on that.
All right. And so we get into a long legal argument, which is not as interesting. Let's wrap things up for our intrepid adventurers. You are together in a warehouse. The local police have come in. They're going to take Esther, who you have not killed, so they're going to take her to Innsmouth jail to keep her. And when they remove her, they give Andrew his freedom, so you can leave with him. He is in rough shape. He does not become part of the Olympic swim team, and for the rest of his life, he has horrific nightmares about being cut up by this woman. He's never the same again. You, however, as a group, managed to save his life, and you ended up with a lot of valuable information about this place and its denizens. I'm going to give you all a D10 sanity roll to add to your sanity. Your skills that you used in it, I want you to think about the skills that you used in this, and they'll go up. Now you were entering into the pulp phase of the campaign, so have a thought about your characters, how you did. Pick 2 pulp talents, and next week you can use them. So you go up a level effectively, and you manage to solve the mystery. You know who did it. Turns out that she was responsible. The story was as it unfolded, and as Andrew tells you later, that she had tried to seduce his father when he was a school teacher in Innsmouth, and he fled knowing that she was from a powerful family because he wasn't interested. She was 1, 16, and 2, really creepy. This was before she started changing into this fish monster that we see today. And apparently when he returned to Arkham one night, she had tracked him down and his new wife and tortured and murdered them both. And because she felt guilty about it, and he had a son, she thought, well, I'll just bring up the son and his progeny will be mine. And so she basically paid for all of his education and brought him up. And now she was going to take him, and he's not clear about this stuff when you talk to him later, but he seemed to think that she was bringing a priest in that was going to marry them and take him off to some place in the ocean where they would bring up children together.
Neat.
And that's the mystery of the hopeful.
We cut to a scene of Arthur Fisher bleeding out in the back of our car as we drive him to a hospital. And I just lean over and say, you know, we do charge extra for hazard pay. Just letting you know for later when you're on your feet. Okay.
Okay. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. Thanks, everyone. It was really long. I haven't really worked the combat to this extent before. We will get better at it and faster. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fun.
Good stuff, guys. Nice
Awesome.
seeing everyone.